What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Smile Today podcast, the number one podcast in the world to make you smile today. Guys, this is the second episode of the Q&A, and today is going to be a powerful episode on social media. Y'all had some questions, and I'm so excited to answer them. You always have so many great questions. Like, literally, when I put these on my Instagram, I have to sort through about 2,000 questions, and I get it down to 6. So I'm like scrolling constantly, and I'm like, oh, this would be good to talk about. Oh, this would be good to talk about. And truly, I don't think there's a bad question. But I am just so pumped for this. I'm so excited. So I want to get right into it. The first question was, what was your motivation to start social media? Ooh, guys, I think I talked about this briefly in another episode, but I started social media as an escape to get away from the life that I kind of put myself in. I felt like I didn't surround myself around the right people my freshman year of college, and it put me in a really, really dark hole. A really dark hole. I would say things that I didn't even know I could say. I would do things I didn't even know I would do. And it got to a point where I just became so anxious. Like, literally every day I'd wake up with anxiety, crippling anxiety. I'd throw up. That was like the start of the day. It was like, wake up, throw up, go to class, not eat anything for most of the day, and then just like rinse and repeat. It was the weirdest thing. It was a season that I didn't understand fully until I like got out of it. And I was like, whoa. So I used social media as my escape, and it's because I wanted to make it. I did want to make it a job at some point, but it was really because I used it as an excuse to get away from the people that I was surrounding myself with. I'm like, oh, I can't hang out. Like, I have videos to edit. Oh, I can't hang out. Like, I have this promo to shoot, because I was a gym guy. I started off in the gym space, so it was like, oh, I can't do it. Like, I have to go to the gym or something. It was just a way for me to truly like escape the reality that I put myself in, and so that was my main motivation to start. And then over time, I was like, okay, I really like doing this. I really like impacting people, and I really love seeing the response and the messages that y'all would send me. I actually have a thing on my notes that says why I do it, and it was actually all the kind messages people would send me. I would go through like my comments, my DMs, any sort of social media channel, and I would just copy and paste all the kind messages I would get and just put them in that folder. So whenever I felt like I wasn't, wanting to post something, or wasn't wanting to, like edit or whatever, I would look at those and be like, wow, like I'm truly doing this for people. And to this day, it's the same reason. I only really post because I care about you, and I care about your life and your happiness and everything else. So, yeah, that was just something that has always stayed with me. But the motivation to start has continued to um, kind of push me in this direction too, to just continue to post for people. And I'm just so grateful and blessed for what I do. And just, I have an amazing community of people who support me and love me. And I wouldn't trade what I do for the world. I just love it so much. I'm so grateful. So, this next question is really good. How can I resist doom scrolling? I have trouble with this at night. I just like get caught up in the TikTok scroll, because TikTok's feed is like all over the place. It's hilarious. Don't get me wrong. But I think the problem is we're also attached to the hip to our phones. Like, name a time where your phone is like less than 5 feet away from you. Like, genuinely, it's never that far away. And I'm guilty of it too, because my phone is my job. Like, this is like, how I make a living. And it's crazy. But one thing I got really disciplined at, and I'm so grateful to God for allowing me to have this discipline, was leaving my phone on the charger in the morning and going and doing like 5 things, at least 5 things, like making my bed, brushing my teeth, getting my cup of coffee, journaling, doing at least 5 things to get myself in some sort of routine that stays away from the phone and puts me into the present, and puts me into a position where I don't feel the need to grab this phone and pick it up and look through my emails and look through all this extra stuff and noise that's going on throughout the day. Because, once you pick it up, like if you pick it up at the start of your day, you're just going to keep doing this. Like, you're going to keep like, oh, okay. Like, you're putting it down and you're picking it up, putting it down, picking it up. It's like you're doing that to failure every single day. That's like a gym reference. Sorry. So just leaving it for a little bit in the mornings and doing your own thing, at least 30 minutes is what I try to do. And then I go on it. I'm like, oh, okay, I got this, and this done. Okay, now I'm going to go on my phone because it's such a good momentum starter when you have a routine, when you have something set in place to get you away from your phone. Because again, the phone's just going to distract us. And I think it, for me, I'm like, oh, I don't have enough time throughout the day. And then I look at my screen time and I'm like, oh, I just spent like 4 hours on Instagram, like scrolling or something. So that's the best thing I could tell you to do with doom scrolling, and just set limits. I have a limit on my phone for 45 minutes a day, or no, it's an hour and 15 minutes a day for all platforms. So once that goes off, I try to really, really stick to it. Unless I need to post, I try to stick really to it. So set limits, and yeah, I hope that helps you. And the next question is actually about any advice on how to grow any social media accounts. Yes, be authentic and be yourself, but ultimately stay consistent. I showed someone recently my YouTube, and glory to God, I was stuck on YouTube for like 2 years. I was stuck at like 40,000 subscribers, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong. Like, I still think 10,000 followers on Instagram is a ton. And 10,000 people that know you is better than 100,000 people who don't know anything about you. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was stuck on YouTube for so long. And I was like, oh, I might just quit. Like, there's no point in me continuing. And I stayed so consistent. And one day, it went from, I'm not even lying, 40,000 to 140,000 in one day. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And I truly believe it was just like being consistent. And there's no like post times, there's no perfect time to post. I would just say be consistent and pay attention to the content that you're posting. The feedback loop is so important. The feedback loop in content creation is the feedback loop in life. You need to pay attention to where you're focusing your energy, to where you're focusing your time, and seeing if it grows, if it's worth continuing to invest time into. The same thing with content. That's the way that I look at my content. I'm like, oh, this is doing good, right? Like, this is doing well. How can I make it better? Or how can I, make it, continue to be this like something that I could replicate for a long time and do more of. So just pay attention to that. Pay attention to the feedback, what people want, your community wants. I always get comments about videos and like, I love this, like keep posting stuff like this. I'm like, okay, right? And it's like, because at the end of the day, like I talked about in the last question, like do it for the people, do it for your community. And that's the real purpose behind all of it. So love what you do, and like truly love posting. If you love social media for that, like you don't work. It's just like fun. Like, I think social media is really fun, especially with this new step that I'm taking into doing podcasting and other things. Like, it's just so fun to me. It's just what I want to do and I feel called to do. So it doesn't feel like work when I'm clipping up stuff. It doesn't feel like work when I'm editing a video. It just feels like, oh my gosh, this is a creative outlet that I get to use to help people and inspire people. So I hope that advice helped you. This next question. Oh, I love this. Is social media a bad thing if you want to live like Jesus? No, I don't think so. I think it just depends on who you follow. There are so many amazing Christian influencers, and I'm such a baby Christian. Like, I don't really think I'm in that like space yet. And because I'm still learning. Like, I'm still so young in my faith, and I'm 22. I don't know everything, and I don't want to think that I know everything. I had some pride yesterday, and my mom reminded me that, remember who you were. Like, that was so important. I remember who I was without Jesus, and I was like, wow, I need to teach people from the point of who I was without Jesus, because the way that I got curious about Jesus and the way I got curious about my faith was by seeking out people who had digital ministries. Bryce Crawford's a great one. He's so good at just like talking about the word. He's so relatable, and it encourages me to get into my word and encourages me to get into my faith. And I hope I could be that person for you guys in the future. But I don't think social media is a bad thing. That's actually how I learned how to evangelize. It's how I learned different things, like Stuart and Cliff Connectal. Like, they go to college campuses, and I would watch every single YouTube video. I would listen to it. And at the end of the day, I think if you want to live more like Jesus, just follow the people that live more like Jesus. Follow the people that fill up your cup and allow you to understand your faith more, allow you to understand the season that you're in with your faith. And that's what's going to continue to help you in your walk. Because I think it's just so amazing the amount of information that's out there. I call it like YouTube University, right? There's just people and Christian content creators that just pour into you and they're like, here's what this means. And, they break it down and it's so much better that way. And I love it. And there's also good apps, right? Like I love using the Bible Chat app. I'm partnered with them and I use that truly so often. I'm like, what does this mean about this? Does God talk about this? And it just helps. But just making sure that you're following the right people and you're consuming the right things will help you and push you further in your walk. So, yeah, that is such a great question. This episode is brought to you by Talkspace. If you ever thought about therapy but didn't know where to start, Talkspace makes it simple. It's online, so you can talk to a licensed therapist from anywhere. No commuting, no wait rooms, no long wait lists. And the best part, for most people, it's covered by insurance. Sometimes the copay is even $0. That means real help, flexible scheduling, and care that actually fits your lifestyle. I know how hard and heavy life can feel when you try to carry it alone. You don't have to anymore. Use the link in the description to get started today because your mental health matters. Now, let's get right back into the episode. This next one says, what is your favorite social media platform? Oh, for a while, it was Snapchat. I just started Snapchat this year. God kind of put it on my heart to actually start posting more about my life and like investing more in that. And it was a really hard thing because I think Snapchat is like it's a little bit all over the place. It's good and it's bad, because there's, some not so great stuff that's posted. And I just kind of want to be like a light on that platform. I want to continue to show that like I can spread the gospel on a platform like this because there's a lot of like just bad stuff posted on there. And I just want to be smiling on there. I just want to be happy. I just want to help people. And so for a while it was Snapchat. I just loved it. I was sharing more of my life and what I was doing. And I've kind of stepped a little bit back from that, which is okay. I still love communicating. That's like the best way to communicate with me, by the way, because y'all send me like, I have the best like following like community on there. Like everybody's so kind and so sweet, and they send me like such funny stuff and kind messages, and it just like it encourages me so much. But recently it's been long form, YouTube, podcasting. I've just gotten a lot more intimate and like better impact from it, that at least I feel like I've seen like these little small shifts in what people are sending me and the episodes. And I'm just grateful to God that I'm able to be a vessel that can speak in front of a camera and just talk to you guys. Like that is just so amazing to me. So it was Snapchat and now it's more YouTube. I am just in love with YouTube. I'm loving just this format, and I'm so grateful for all the directions that God's pulled me in social media, And I think that leads into this perfectly into this last question very well. It says, how do you deal when you see other people posting their lives and think that you're falling behind? I think that I'm falling behind every single day. Yep, me. The guy who's posting on social media who seems that he has it all figured out, guys. No one has it figured out. That's what I want to tell you. The things that you see on social media are not the true reality. They're not. And people are like, oh, well, Jack, are you happy all the time? Like, is that really true? I am genuinely very happy like 98% of the time. But there's a 2% where I'm just like sitting there and I'm listening to a song and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And I have doubts. I think it's normal to have doubts. But I just want to encourage you and say that what you see on social media is not the full truth. It's not. And I see both sides of this. And I see a lot of things about what people post and behind the scenes. And I just, again, want to tell you that it is not truly the full picture. It never is the full picture. And you're not going to know that because people keep that offline. And that's totally okay. So you're not falling behind. You're on your own timeline. You're doing your own thing. So keep being you. Keep staying on your path and stay strong in your faith. Stay strong in what you're doing. And God will guide you when it's time. God will lead you to your next step when it is time. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this Q&A today. They will be every single Tuesday, so come back to my Instagram this week for new questions. I hope you have a blessed day, and make sure to smile today.